Good morning, everybody. This is Brian with Hollis Farms. Down hunting again this morning. It's going to be one of our last days of the holidays. Today's January 1st, so Happy New Year's to everybody. It's been a slow morning. I think we're going to see many deer. Then just a few minutes ago, videoed some bucks out just kind of walking on this power line. Y'all will get to see those in just a minute, so hang on. And if we don't see much more today, we're going to come back this afternoon and try to talk my wife into coming to hunting with me, so we'll be right back. it was a fun morning hunt. Like I said earlier, it was real slow early. Then those bucks all started kind of walking at the same time. That's a real good example of looking at two deer. That very first deer that never would come out of the wood line, that's a deer we've been hunting. Jake saw him. I think Jason videoed him yesterday. Jason had a hard time getting the camera ready, just can't get everything set up, get a shot. We kind of determined we're going to try to kill that deer. I knew right off the bat it looked like a big bodied deer, but when I was trying to get my camera set up and get on him, by the time I kind of figured out it was the same deer, he slipped off in the woods there. But if he comes out this afternoon, we may have to take him out. But that's a good example of seeing two deer in the same field, same morning. The first one on the tree line is probably a 4 or 5 year old buck. Could be older, but at least 4. Just got a poor rack, missing points on the right side, and is stunted. And then the other one that came out is a young deer, probably a 2-year-old, with basically the same rack, but it's kind of hard to tell what he'll do in 2 or 3 years. So we'll let him walk, and maybe he'll hang in here again and straighten up a little bit. But also that was pretty neat. That last buck had a bird flying around with him landing on his back. You can go back and see that if you missed it, but I think he landed on his head one time. So kind of like the animals we see over in Africa, the birds over there called an oxpecker, that you'll see them on the Cape buffalo's back picking bugs off of them. But that's going to wrap us up this morning. I'm going to head on back. I'm going to come back this afternoon. I hope my wife will be with me. Maybe we can get her a buck. Well, I'm back this afternoon. I'm by myself again. My youngest daughter wasn't feeling real good this afternoon, so my wife decided to stay with her. So we ended up coming back to the same stand we were this morning, where we saw the bucks and the one deer we think we want to try to kill. Maybe we can get a shot at him. It's kind of warmed up, but the sun's shining for the first time in a few days. Maybe they'll move. We saw a few deer on the way in. Wind's not great for this stand. If you notice from the video this morning, we're up kind of high on a bluff. In the morning, it works real good here because the ground's heating up and the wind's, you sense rising. So a lot of times we'll have deer down there, they're downwind, but the thermals are carrying us in above them. In the afternoon, it's probably going to be the opposite. Really, like I said, a poor wind, plus in the afternoon it's cooling off, so your scent's going to fall to the ground. We just had to take our chances. I think one of the videos y'all saw Jason using some of this, or he's used some of this Evercalm scent before. We really like it. It's the only thing I've ever found. I don't care nothing about smelling like a doe's rear end or skunk pee or none of that stuff. I don't care about smelling like none of that. But this Evercalm, I'm going to turn around and show y'all this stuff here. This Evercalm scent, it's a, read it right there, deer herd scent. It's supposed to just smell like a deer. And it does have kind of I've been around a lot of deer, so you can tell it does smell like a deer. See, it's in a stick like a deodorant. Doesn't have there's no kind of scent, no kind of rud attracting or anything like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to maybe help cover some of my scent, I'm going to put some on this windowsill here. Maybe that'll help mask some of our scent going out. I'm just going to leave it sitting right up here in the window. Maybe that'll help a little bit. That old buck comes out again this afternoon. I'm just going to have to be ready and get a shot at him before he has a chance to wind us. So hang on, we're going to get settled. We'll be back when some deer come out. that's going to wrap up another hunt. Slow afternoon. Let's see, saw 3 or 4 does, a couple of fawns. I did see one buck, looked like a pretty good buck, but he was too late to video, and he really didn't hang around long. We appreciate y'all watching today. It's been a fun day. Like I said, we saw some bucks this morning, saw one we should have got a shot at. We'll try him again in a few days. We appreciate y'all watching, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And y'all hang around just a second, listen to these coyotes howl. I'll wrap the video up with these coyotes howling. Thank y'all for watching.